Okay, now we're recording and we're gonna move to number two. I'm gonna have Emilio reading number two, please.
These properties can be used to identify minerals, crystal shape, cleavage and fracture, color, streak, luster, hardness, and specific gravity.
Thank you very much.
Mister,
So, yes.
do you know that the majority of the crystals have 6 sides?
Um. Oh yeah, sure. Of course, it's not real. I mean, I didn't know that most of the, because as far as I know, well, they may vary, but I don't really know if the majority of them have like the same 6 sides. All right. So these are properties, physical properties that we can use to identify the minerals. For example, if we're trying to identify gold to make sure we're not in front of fool's gold, we're going to look at all these properties: crystal shape, cleavage and fracture, color, streaked luster, hardness, and obviously the gravity. All right. Number three, Giancarlos, go ahead and read.
Um, Gems are minerals that are rare when cut and polished. They are beautiful.
Thank you very much. So yeah, of course, gems are minerals that are used mostly for jewelry, to make necklaces, things that mostly women wear. But yeah, so they're beautiful. So that's why they are used for jewelry.
Mister,
Yes, Emilio.
the fact that I give you, one day I was with my mom in Tegucigalpa and I found a rock. I was thinking that was volcano rock, and we go to a store that they have like things to sell, and they tell me that most of the minerals have no of the crystals have 6 sides.
Well, if you say so, I think it's okay. I didn't really know that. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and do a research to make sure the information uh, is what you're saying. I mean, I believe I trust what you're saying, but I need to read a little bit more about it. All right. Number four. Let me have Arilson. Go ahead and read, please. Arilson. Okay, Ashley. Go ahead and read number four. I don't know.
Ores of useful minerals must be extracted from earth in a process called mining. Ores usually must be processed to produce metal.
Thank you very much. So in this case, ore are very useful minerals. Yeah, they are extracted from the earth, and this process is called mining. Okay, and out of these minerals that people usually extract from earth, they're gonna create, or well, this is going to be processed, and they are going to produce metals out of them. Okay, right. That's section one. Let's move to section two: igneous and sedimentary rocks. I'm gonna have, let me see right here. Brian, go ahead and read. We're here.
Igneous rocks form when melted rock from inside earth cools and hardens.
Thank you very much. Igneous rocks form when melted rock from inside earth cools and hardens. There are different type of rocks, right? So depending on the process, each rock has gone through. Number two, let me have Emil, go ahead. Number two.
Rocks are formed on Earth's surface and have a small or no crystals. Inside ingenious rock harder under the Earth's surface and largest crystal.
I can barely hear you, but thank you. Right. So um, igneous rocks are divided into groups: extrusive and intrusive. Okay. So what are extrusive igneous rocks? Those that are formed on Earth's surface. Okay, and they may have small or no crystals whatsoever. And on the other hand, intrusive igneous rocks are those that harden underneath the earth, right? And they usually have like large crystals. Sedimentary rocks are made from pieces of other rocks, minerals, or plant and animal matter that collect in layers. So this is another type of rocks, the sedimentary rocks. So far we have the igneous rocks and the sedimentary rocks. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Right, we have number 4. I'm gonna have Ian. Go ahead and read number 4, please.
There are three groups of sedimentary rocks formed from grains of mineral or other rocks are called detrital rocks.
Detrital rocks.
What to process occur to change sound into a sandstone.
All right, so within the group of sedimentary rocks, we have three other groups. It's being divided in 3 more groups, right? That we are going to be reading about afterwards. And there is a question over here. It says, what 2 processes occurred to change sand into sandstone? What do you think? Hello? Hello?
What was the question, mister?
The question says, what 2 processes, give me 1 second, what 2 processes occurred to change sand into this sandstone that you can see over here? What 2 processes do you think occurred?
The sediment.
They are, yeah, the sedimentary rocks. But how did this rock became this sandstone? Because first it was it was sand, but it became a sandstone. How do you think that happened?
Because it formed from grains of minerals or other rocks, call it detrital rocks.
Of course. And of course, it's made of grains. Remember, in yeah, there is a process. Remember, and it requires. Do you think this requires like a short period of time or a very long period of time?
A long period of time.
A long period of time, of course, right? And let me go ahead and hold on, guys. I'm having some technical issues right now. Okay. Number 5, it says raw. I'm gonna have someone. Marlon, go ahead and read.
And the number 5,
Yes, sir.
rocks form from a chemical process such as evaporation of mineral-rich water are called chemical rocks. Rocks formed from fossils or plant remains are organic rocks.
Thank you very much. So we have another type of sedimentary rock, which is yeah, organic rocks. All right. I mean, it says that some rocks are formed from a chemical process, like evaporation. All right. So these are called chemical rocks. All right. Let's move to section 3, metamorphic rocks and the rock cycle. Let me see. Harold, go ahead, please. Number 1.
Exi- Existing rocks change into metamorphic rocks after becoming heated or squeezed inside.
Earth. Mhm. The result is a rock with an entirely different appearance. Okay, thank you very much, Harold. So the next type of rock is metamorphic rocks. What do you guys think these rocks are called metamorphic rocks? Because they usually change, right? From one, from one thing to into another thing, and the result is clearly different. So they have different appearance. In this case, um, when the rocks are heated or squeezed inside the earth, they are obviously changing, and this result will have a different appearance, of course. Okay. Within this metamorphic group, we have two type of, um, well, this group is being divided in two types, foliated and non-foliated. I'm gonna have, mute your mics, please. Luis, go ahead and read number 2, please.
Foliated metamorphic rocks are easy to spot due to the layers of minerals. Non-foliated metamorphic rocks lack distinct layers.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we have these two types, foliated. What is one characteristic of these foliated metamorphic rocks? That they are easy to spot due to the layers of minerals, right? Yes, Angelica? All right. And we have non-foliated metamorphic rocks, and the main characteristic is that they lack distinct layers. Okay, so that's the main difference between foliated and non-foliated. Number 3, Angelica, because you were raising your hand, go ahead and read number 3.
The rock cycle shows how all rocks are related and the processes that change them from one type to another. What rock type would you result from this volcanic eruption?
Thank you very much. Okay, there is a rock cycle on page 185. I don't have it on the computer, but you do have it in your book. And the rock cycle shows, guys, how the rocks can change into a different type of rock. Okay, for example, I want you to look at your book right now, and you have the sediment, and this sediment will compact and will become a sedimentary rock. And at the same time, a sedimentary rock can be heated, and because of heat and pressure, it can become a metamorphic rock, which is what you have over there, right? And also the metamorphic rock can be melted down, uh, as shown on the bottom of the page by magma, and then after cooling, it'll become an igneous rock. And at the same time, an igneous rock, because of the weathering and erosion, these are the two processes that I was asking for in item number 4. Because of weathering and erosion, an igneous rock can become sediment, and the cycle will start again, right? So it goes from one thing to another. Also, a sedimentary rock can become sediment again because weathering and erosion. A metamorphic rock, because of the same reasons, can become sediment. An igneous rock can also become a metamorphic rock because of melting or because of heat and pressure, and so on, right? So each type of rock can perfectly become another type of rock, depending on on different factors, right? Depending on the environment, depending on the weathering and erosion, or heat and pressure, and also melting. All right. Um, All right. Let me see right here. Let's see the next section on page 193, I believe. Let's just complete the concept map using the following terms and phrases: extrusive, organic, foliated, intrusive, chemical, non-foliated, detrital, metamorphic, and sedimentary. So we have rocks on the very top, right? So what we are going to do is to go ahead and classify the rocks, and there are three classes. We have igneous. What is another class, or what is another type?
Sedimentary.
Exactly. Um,
Metamorphic.
exactly. Sedimentary. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, right. And in here, metamorphic, right? And don't worry, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so you can go ahead and do it in your notebook when it's time, okay?
Mister,
And yes,
metamorphic like Power Rangers.
yes. So what igneous have two types or two kinds. What are those?
Intrusive and extrusive.
Very good. Intrusive. Oh my goodness. Bad spelling. Sorry. Intrusive and extrusive, right?
Yeah.
And give me 1 second. I'm kind of slow with the computer, especially when it comes to typing. Intrusive and extrusive. Sedimentary, it has three kinds. What are those? Detrital is one. What is another one?
Detrital, organic, and chemical.
Exactly, Diego.
Organic.
Very good. Organic and chemical. Chemical, okay. And the last type that we're going to talk about, at least today, it's metamorphic. What are the two kinds of metamorphic rocks?
Non-foliated and foliated.
Exactly. Foliated. Give me 1 second. And non-foliated. Okay, so this is basically, this diagram mostly shows the what the types of rocks, right? There are three classes, and each class has two or three kinds, and this is what you actually have to keep in mind. Give me 1 second. Let me take a screenshot, but I don't know. Well, let me move this from here because it's okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a screenshot. All right, I did already. Okay, and now let me clear this up to move to the next part. All right, so what are we gonna do right now? We are going to, this way, we're not going, when you're going to copy, guys, you're not gonna copy this part, okay? Just until the diagram, all right? And now we're gonna move to the assessment. What are we gonna do right now? I'm gonna put you on breakout rooms so you guys can discuss. How many people do we have today? 15. So I'm gonna make 5 groups, okay, of 3 people each. And each group is going to discuss 2 questions because we are going to work until number 10. So you will discuss the questions and you will come to an agreement to select the answer, okay? So let me go ahead and hold on. And you have that on page 194, if I am not mistaken.
Mister, we need to copy the question.
And not right now, because what we're gonna do is just to discuss, and then you're gonna share your answers when we come back to the main session, to the main room, okay? And then you will copy those things in your notebook when the meeting is over. But if you want to copy right now, that's not a problem. Yeah, let me go ahead and put you in breakout rooms. Okay, 5 groups. All right. All right, number 1 is gonna be, how many people do I have now? 16. Oh my goodness. All right, group number 1, Ashley, Diego, Fernando, Luis. 2, Adilson, Emilio, Angelica. Group number 3, Emil, Loani, and Marlon. And group number 4, Brian, Emily, and Harold. Group number 5, Lauren, Giancarlos, and Ian. And my computer select all the people randomly, guys. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you 10 minutes is more than enough. All right, so yeah, here we go.
Hey, the mister.
Hello, people. So you're gonna be working on questions 1 and 2. Discuss the answers, okay? Try to select the ones that are correct. Bye.
Bye.